Hello scrappers! The video you are about to watch was filmed a long time ago in a garage far, far away when scrap prices were much higher and I was drunk like 90% of the time, and I don't even remember filming half of these, so I'm seeing them for the first time too. So sit back and enjoy one of my older videos. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Look at that, guys. What a beautiful day to do some scrapping. Today I'm scrapping this. This is the base to a blender. Hamilton Beach 14 speed. Now this is a potentiometer where as you push your buttons it's increasing voltage. So I'm imagining there's a bridge in the circuit board or something, and this is a momentary on low, which is probably, I don't know, whatever speed one of these is, and that's a full blast, whatever this is. So that's momentary low, probably this, what is that, Insta Blend? Probably this one right here. That's momentary blend or full blast, whatever you got here. So that's a potentiometer. There's going to be brass in there, and this has got some weight to it, so there's going to be a copper or a motor in there and some screws. What do I got? Drill going the wrong way? No, it's going the right way. All right, let's try this one. We just got a stubborn screw. Gotcha. We got clips. Clips to popularize, popperate my clips. There's some kind of clip around here. There we go, and we're in. My first time scrapping a blender. Now see, I like to wait because sometimes it's less work if you wait, then you can pull it through afterwards, but not this time. This time I got to cut it from both sides anyways. So I managed to get the whole plug. I didn't cut it, I yanked it through. I need my screws. Doesn't matter where they go as long as they don't go in the garbage, because I run a magnet over everything before it goes in the trash. Oh, where did this come from? That looks like a brass bushing. That's a brass bushing. Must have came off here somehow. Must have been on the bottom of that plastic piece. Because these switches are out. I bet this button just pries off. And that's just a neat little switch. Get the switch out. That's always easy. Another little piece of tin here. That can stay on there. And now how do I get this motor out? Oh, there's screws. Maybe I should have tried the screws first. That one's out. And that one's out. See, both screws are out. How come that's still in there? I bet it's one of those weird turning. Maybe it's because I hit it with a hammer. Oh, that's why. I bet there's a bushing in here. I bet this has to thread off somehow. Woo! Copper. Let's carefully nip into this. And that's copper. That's not aluminum, that's copper. We got some brass. Bushings. These are brushes. Wow. The brushes, I forget what they're called. It's like carbon. Yeah, brushes are carbon. And this is spring steel. So that's like 400 grade stainless. I always throw the brushes right in with my copper. I don't know. That's what I do with it. Right? Sucks to be the scrapyard, I guess. Got the brush housing, brass. This brush housing, brass. Number 2. And all these little plug-ins here, brass. I love my brass here. And look at all the brass here. I'm going to cut the wire as close to the brass as I can in every one of these. Because brass is one price and wire is another. And then I'm going to pull the brass pieces off. And it looks like I got a brass rail in here too. You see how all this side is copper and all this side is brass. And all these pins are just steel. Got magnet sticks to those. So how do I get this open? I'm going to try grabbing this and pulling. Oh, look at that. Brass. Brass. They're just breaking right out. Look at that brass. Get a hold of this one still? So I'm not cutting. I'm using these as like needle nose pliers. Just kind of pulling them apart. Brass. This is awesome. You know, brass is close to $2 a pound. Definitely worth the extra little bit of time. Number 2 copper, or that's copper. I'll just throw out my number 2 bucket. Ooh, these are coming out too. Some garbage. And this can just go right in the tin bucket. More copper right off the bus bar. See how they're connected? This was probably like negative or positive or something, I don't know. But some copper. Oh, look at all that brass. That came out pretty good. Oh, you're not getting away from me. And these bits of brass, ooh, this one doesn't. More brass. These bits of brass with all like the sheathing on them, that can just stay. Scrapyard can have that. And I need to figure out a way to get this electric motor bit out of here. Oh. There's always one way. There. What is that? Aluminum? Got some aluminum. And I'm going to call this electric motor 35 cents a pound. But when I was unemployed, I would drive the shaft out of this and pull all the windings out of here. Yes, I would. It was a lot of work, but it paid the rent. So electric motor price there. And I do believe, let me come back down here. That's an easy way to do it. Get the plastic off of that. And I got more number 2 insulated. Cut kind of close. And get the plastic in there too. And this number 2 copper, just as simple as cutting it. Cut the side too. Strong hands. There you go. Strong hands. Just as simple as cutting it on one side, and pulling it out of the other. Copper. Let's see if I can get this side out too. Copper and more tin. Hey, look at that. That wasn't that bad. It appears that I'm done. So I got some more tin. I got some electric motor. I just usually throw it in that bucket. That's stuff I'm going to take apart in the future. But when I go scrap electric motors, I go digging through that bucket. I got some number 2 copper. Let's just see what it weighs on the scale. At the 0 button. 0.24, almost about a quarter pound. About a quarter pound of number 2 copper. And how about the brass? About 4/10 of a pound. About a half ounce. Half ounce, full ounce. Whenever the wind stops blowing, screwing my scale up. But it gives you guys an idea at least. Well, what the stuff weighs. Got some nice brass for the brass bucket. And a whole bunch of number 2 insulated. Number 2 insulated. And some old dirty sheet aluminum. So, that wasn't too bad, guys. A couple minutes worth of work. Oh, I forgot about you. My little brass bushing. Not too bad, guys. A couple minutes worth of work. Make a couple bucks. So just remember, guys, scrap is everywhere. All you gotta do is find it, sort it, and hoard it. So, thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe.